Hello and welcome back. So in this episode, we're going to be coding a microbit dice. And so you can see here I've got a dice, and we're going to code our microbit to do the same sort of thing as a dice. So let's hop over to microbit uh, website to do some coding. So we've got, oh, that's not a die, makecode.microbit.org. And let's create a dice. So in this particular one, we're going to use our, in this program, we're going to go ahead and use the shake. So similar to what we would do when we would, have an actual dice in our hand, we were going to shake it. So we're gonna do a sort of an interesting way of coding it, I think, but I think it's still a fun way of going ahead and coding something. So we're going to use our input, so on shake. I'll just make that a little bit bigger for you. And we're going to need a way of storing this because we're going to have a way to tell us, okay, well, what number is on the dice? And then we're going to display that on our LED screen. And so we need to have a variable. And a variable is a placeholder. And so here we can have just a variable called number. And so this number is going to be used to keep track of that number that we're going to get. And so on shake, set number to not 0, we're going to set it to a random number between 1 and 6. The exact same numbers that we would find on our dice. So we're going to change these to 1 and 6. And just to test this out, we can go ahead and click shake. So far, so good. Now, we don't have a display yet, so we don't know if we're actually getting a different number every time, but so far nothing's broken. And then what we're going to do, so we're sort of going to leave this off to the side. In our forever block, what we're going to do is we're going to code that it will display the number based on what it is. So but I don't need the on start, so I can just get rid of that. So just drag and drop that into the garbage there. And now what we need to do is figure out, well, if the number is a certain value, like value 1, then we need to display that on our screen, on this screen here. And so we need to go into our logic, into our if statements or our conditional statements. And so this if statement here is trying to figure out if something is true or false. And so what we need to do is we need to sort of figure out if number is equal to 1 or 2 or something like that. And so we're going to go into logic, and we can go down here to comparison. And so that allows us to use this comparison block. And so now we're not going to check and see if 0 is equal to 0, but we're going to check and see if number is equal to 1. And then if number is equal to 1, we want to display that. So we're going to show number. One. So let's go ahead and see if we can display the number 1. So if I shake it, just going to wait until so if I click shake, now nothing else happened, so it might be giving us other numbers. We're just not sure right now. Oh, there we go. There's a number 1. So it works, but we're only getting the number 1. So we need to get some more numbers in here. And so what we're going to do is there's a little plus down here. So we're going to click on it, and we're going to click on it a couple times here, because what we need that is if number is equal to 2, we're going to show the number 2. And so we can just keep doing this all the way up to our last number 6. Now, if you didn't want to use the show number 2, you can also draw your numbers if you wanted to. So what I'm going to do here is if number 3, I'm going to go to basic and I'm going to show LEDs. And then I'm going to draw myself a number 3. See if I can actually do this nicely. So it's right as number 3 would sort of look like this. No, sorry, I missed it, that one. Right, that looks like a nice number 3. And then we got 4 and then 5. I'm just losing space here. So we got to duplicate that one. So again, to duplicate is right click on it or a 2-finger click. And then we'll get right into there. So we got 3. This one's 4. 5. So this one will be 5. Or again, I could have shown the LED like that. Now, if we think about this, all of these, so if number 1, show number 1. If number 2, show number 2. If number 3, show number 3. 4, 5. And then the only leftover one is 6. And so that's why we can just leave this else and say show number 6. So it's the sort of catch-all. So anything that will happen, or if number is anything else, it will show number 6. Well, at the very beginning, we haven't shaken it yet, right? So I haven't shaken it, so number has not been given a value. And so this is where we might use this, but actually maybe we shouldn't use this. And so what we can do is we can press plus again, and we're going to move this one up here, and we're going to actually get rid of this else statement. And so we want to make sure that our number is going to equal all of these. That one's supposed to be 6. And at the very beginning, it only shows that. It doesn't show anything, sorry. So when I click shake, now it will show 1, 4, 5, 4. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and code this. Download this onto my microbit. I'm just going to move my code over a little bit if you wanted to have a look at it. Not too far over because I don't want to accidentally delete it. So, should be downloading at the moment. Just taking its time. Oh, did we lose the connection? Usually my device is paired, so it should just download directly to my microbit. So I'll just try that again. It downloaded onto the computer, which is okay if I need to do it that way, that's all right. But I just like pairing it with the website. And there we are, download complete. So if I go ahead and shake there we go, there's my 3, and I'm gonna test my microbit against my dice, and the dice wins 5 versus 6. Oh my gosh, winner, winner, chicken dinner. So there we are. That's how we can code a dice. So again, thanks for watching, and I'm excited to have you join and watch these sessions. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to reach out. If not, happy coding, everyone. Bye for now.